This project is going to be completed in 2 phases. The first phase, we have groundbreaking today, and we are anticipating the completion of the new library building in spring of 2019. And the second phase, we will be working on the neighborhood community center. And along those 2 phases, we're going to be working on the park development, which is the open park space. So total project completion, we're estimating spring of 2020. Initially, it started with an idea of repurposing our existing facilities. Once we started doing our walkthrough, and we realized that the building was not in a good condition at all, and at some point we were going to have to do major reconstruction.
Our library that we have now is about 7,000 square feet, and it operates as if it's a 20,000 square foot library. That's the high usage. So every time you go in there, no matter what time of day, what day of the week, it's just bursting at the seams. One of the things that we're doing and how we end up with a new acre of park space is we're building a 2-story library, and that's going to give us a 20,000 square foot library, but it's also going to give us this beautiful acre of parkland where concerts in the park, and we're going to be able to have all this wonderful programming and a beautiful space where you can take a book and you can read outside or eat your lunch, or kids can play, and ping pong tables and chess tournaments and all kinds of fun things that bring communities together. But to get there, you have to hire the architects, and then we just recently got the contractor on board, so construction's ready to begin.
It's been about 3 years with the feasibility study, design, development, and we have an amazing architect, Johnson Favreau. And we've done a lot of work with the community to meet our stakeholders and see what their needs are, and really work with them together. And this is a project that everybody's involved with.
Over the years, you realize that in order to do big projects, you got to put together a lot of money, and you really need to budget for it. And so we set up a capital needs ordinance that said 6% of the city's budget every year will go towards roads, streets, parks, or improvements like this. And because of that, we were able to start setting aside millions of dollars that got this library basically built almost all cash, which is unheard of in today's day that people do that. But the city, previous councils and this council kept that ordinance in place and raised the money to go ahead and put this facility here. People have looked at Costa Mesa, especially in the last 7 to 10 years, these major changes in the city that have really put it up on kind of the coolness factor of where you want to be. And this library is just one big addition to the coolness factor of Costa Mesa.
We have a lot of differences on a lot of different issues, but the idea of providing better library services, an expanded library, is something I think we can all get behind. You know, we may differ on the design, we may differ on the financing, but having a better, bigger library for our residents is something I don't think anybody's going to argue against.
I am so excited about the children's section. That is one of the most amazing parts of the library. This new library will give them, top of the line as far as technology goes, learn and play activities. The sliding doors will open up to the park, which will bring in elements from the park inside the library. We really want to see that the public uses the library, and that it's just not to come and read and study, but also a place where they can socialize and work on things like film, the arts. So we're really excited about that.
There's a lot of people that they don't have the benefits or the privileges that other people have because they might have issues at home or whatever. A lot of kids that are struggling, and the library becomes a sanctuary, a place that they can go, a place that they can escape, a place that they can learn. It's a time when we're really going to have a place where kids in our community and adults can develop intellectually, and that's so important. And to create that environment is just terrific. And it's going to activate this whole west side of Costa Mesa.
This part of town, it is happening. We've got so many things happening on 19th Street. It's the culinary arts and music venues, and now with this library, you can see right through it. So you're going to be able to see from one side of the building, walk through the area that'll be dedicated to the Friends of the Library. They're going to have a space there. Our Culture Arts Committee is going to have some space. We're going to try to get some exhibits in the library. I am excited about the escape room, which is the place for tweens, and a place where they can have access to Wi-Fi and be able to gather and do study groups or just hang out, read a book, go on the computer. I'm excited about that. I'm very excited also, we don't talk about it much, but the community center. We're taking the old Donald Dugan Library and we're gutting it, and it actually is a beautifully designed building. We're not tearing it down. It's got beautiful design. It's going to become, I think, a really important space for our community.
I think that's the main goal of this project, is to build social capital, provide the community with an area where they can congregate and just socialize and be proud of the community that they live in.